You're listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Friday the 28th of February, 2025. It is 69 days after the winter solstice. It is 20 days before the spring equinox. This evening, the month of Ramadan is expected to begin according to the Islamic calendar. We say expected to begin because the punctilious will insist that the holy month of fasting commences when the new crescent moon is actually directly observed. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 10th day of Venteuse, the day of the bêche, the spade. The sun rises today at 6:31 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:08 p.m. The sun sets today at 5:46 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 6:14 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 6:45 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 39 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing crescent phase and is 1% full at midday. The first quarter will arrive on Thursday, the 6th of March. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the very early morning, low tide, 4:02 a.m., minus 18 centimeters. In the late morning, high tide, 10:22 a.m., 1 meter 65. In the afternoon, low tide, 4:27 p.m., minus 24 centimeters. At night, high tide, 10:49 p.m., 1 meter 65. In our shared realm of plants and animals, rose bushes are showing their very first buds, small and red, along their stems. Even a few hardy leaves have ventured to show themselves. Let's hope they don't get ahead of things, as renewed frosts are predicted a few days hence. Commemorations. On this day in 1525, the last Aztec ruler, Cuauhtémoc, was executed on the order of the conquistador Hernán Cortés. On this day in 1708, a revolt of the enslaved took place in Newtown, Queens, which lay in what is today Elmhurst. William Hallett III was killed in his sleep along with his wife and his 5 children. They were killed by enslaved workers in their household. The enslaved were captured by the authorities and were tortured to death, a brutal warning to others. Attentive listeners will have noted the name. The slave owner was the grandson of the William Hallett who first settled Astoria, and who gave his name to the point and the cove facing the East River. Interestingly, the first William Hallett's house in Astoria was burned down by Native Americans shortly after it was built in the 1600s. A bit of local history that reflects the violence of the colonial enterprise and the price of slavery in New York. On this day in 1883, Benjamin Franklin Keith opened the first vaudeville theater in Boston, Massachusetts. It was part of Keith's so-called Dime Museum, where for 10 cents visitors could view captured mermaids and a tattooed man. His new theater opened on the 2nd floor of the museum and promised variety shows that would be family-friendly. It was the beginning of a tradition that would dominate American popular entertainment for the next few decades. Finally, we wish a happy birthday to Queens native Bernadette Peters, born this day in 1948. The Tony Award-winning stage and screen actress and singer is beloved of many. Happy birthday, Bernadette Peters. And to all our listeners who keep the fast this month, we wish you a Ramadan full of mercy, forgiveness, and blessings. Ramadan Mubarak. And that is the Observatory, Friday the 28th of February, 2025.